Let's go. World's famous supreme. World's famous supreme.
All right, Am, bring in the organ. And you know I got to have that. Some people listen for history. Some people listen because they want a mystery. Some people listen, then say we're whack. But if they miss the show, they get the heart attack. Now look at you, you're sitting there and bite your lip. The whole world sees you as a hypocrite. Live out the first law and make yourself preservation. If the show doesn't help you, change the station. If you don't want peace in the world, love, peace, and happiness in an endless world. If all you want to do is keep the whole world back, you're the one that's whack. And we're world's famous.
Check it out, I'd like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank all the engineers for making this record. I'd like to thank you for buying this record. But finally, I'd like to thank all the Buffalo girls out there. So until the next time, I say peace to you and everybody out there. Coming from the world famous Supreme Team with Mr. Malcolm McLaren. Brownsville.
World's famous supreme. World's famous supreme.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I am back once again, and we going to be speaking about the Black Panther. Hold on, let me turn this down. All right, we're going to be speaking about the Black Panther today, and a few other things I want to touch on. First and foremost, who ain't got their tickets for the Mentellect webinar? Who ain't got their tickets for the Mentellect webinar? I want to know because people, y'all know about the Mentellect webinar that's taking place on August 9th, right? We're doing our Mentellect classes again. I'm starting to teach again on August 9th. We're doing our Mentellect webinars. We're teaching on August 9th. It's going to be on Zoom. Going to be on Zoom. And yeah, it's going to be a 3-hour class, raw and uncut. The real deal. And so we're going to be, tickets are still on sale. Go to my Buck Manhattan link tree. Go to the bio section under the webinar. Go to the link tree bio section of the webinar. You see, I'm buying mine after the cast. Okay. All right, we'll see because I'm seeing all the numbers and whatnot. I'm seeing the people who supposedly buying after you've been saying they buying, but like I said, I want to get a good class in there, man. So again, spread the word that this is going to be the class of classes. I'm going to answer all these questions. I'm going to give our people a good class. 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Y'all might have caught me today. I was on TikTok. It was a fire class on TikTok. I was basically battling with some African and some wannabe African American who set up here and said that we not indigenous to America. They set up here and said we're not indigenous to America and everything, and blah blah blah. That we African American. We had some. Y'all still. You got niggas that still use that term African American. They're sitting up here talking about we African American. We not really indigenous and all this other business. I turned it off. It's too much light in my face. Too much light. Too close. Too much light. I might turn it back on though. This is bright enough, right? This is bright enough. Hold on. Make sure. Let me turn it away because it's just too much light and everything. So get myself situated. Yeah. So we had a good class today at on TikTok. It was about 2 hours. I was on for 2 hours. Answering questions, going in, it was like over 2,000 people listening. That's big. That's pretty big for me because, they I guess they'll spread my class over time. We got like 60 something new followers follow me. So we had a really good class discussing our indigenous status as the real indigenous Americans. You see? Yeah. So definitely. So go pick up those tickets for August 9th. Go pick up those tickets for August 9th Mentellect webinar. We going in. The topic is going to be the closing of the third eye and the opening of the fourth eye, meaning the closing of the spiritual eye and the opening of the solar eye and the true origins of the human race. So go get your tickets for that. Go to the Buck Manhattan link tree. Go in the bio section. You'll see it's an Eventbrite. Under Eventbrite, you'll see the bio section. Go in there. You'll see August 9th class right there. You go get your ticket. Only $24 for 3 hours. And you can ask me whatever. Right? I'm answering questions. Anyway, on to this topic. Before I do in Lord, I'm not trusting, and Lord, I'm not share this message. I'm Mr. Buck Manhattan, and this is Supreme American TV. And I'm going to be discussing, or should I say, I'm going to be breaking down why Black Panther was Africanized. Okay? Because you do know the creator of Black Panther, Mr. Stan Lee, who is no longer amongst the living, the man who basically added a whole lot of the characters to Marvel Comics, from Iron Man, the X-Men, Spider-Man, the Hulk, not Captain America. Captain America was all the way around before that. The X-Men, Black Panther, who else? I think he did Blade. I think Blade came from, but yeah, all apart, the Fantastic Four, all of these characters were created by Stan Lee, right? Caucasian Jewish man, right? Stanley Lieberman, Mr. Stan Lee. He did some awesome work. I grew up on Marvel Comics. And, you know, what I didn't know about, you know, the character Black Panther, because when I seen the character Black Panther, you know, I immediately was drawn to it. You know, you know, for the longest time, I didn't really know, you know, the history on Black Panther. But I started learning a lot of back history and a lot of backstories on these comic book characters ever since I started my own epic book line. I don't like to call it a comic book line. I call it an epic book line because epic books are adventure books. Or I consider my stuff adventure books. That's why I said I wouldn't call it a comic book, because comic books are like, you know, for comedy and silly stuff. Whereas epic books are adventure books. So I refer to mine as epic books, not comic books. I sell epic books. Drawing illustrations of my own superheroes and super sheroes. Go to unlimitedepics.com. We got our heroes up there. The Almighty Herc, the Almighty Herc, the Mysterious She-Fly, the Fearsome Underlord, which is coming up. That's one of our characters. Who else? The Unstoppable Thug. So all of those characters that we got, we add to our site. We extending our site. Got more characters coming and whatnot. So I created my own unlimited universe, my own unlimited epic universe, right? Go to unlimitedepics.com. But what I didn't understand, you know, Stan Lee created the character of T'Challa and the Black Panther in the 60s. I think somewhere around 1966, he created the Black Panther. Y'all do know what was going on around that time in the 60s, right? And where Stan Lee got his inspiration for the character Black Panther. The character of Black Panther comes from the Black Panther Party. Okay. The character of the Black Panther comes from the Black Panther Party. So the Black Panther Party is an American organization. It's American, civil rights, self-defense, Black, so-called American organization. So just in that alone, Stan Lee was influenced by Black Americans when he started the Black Panther. He did not just come up with some whole Black Panther from Africa and all this other stuff, because first and foremost, Black Panthers are indigenous to America. Now, the term Panther doesn't mean, just like a certain cat. All big cats, like leopards and cougars, are considered panthers. But the panther that he had up there that he's talking about is a black cougar. The cougar is indigenous to that. Panther is indigenous to America, South and Central America, because you can obviously see that Black Panther was supposed to be set in South America and Central America, not Africa, because that's where you find those panthers at. Should I say those cougars, those black cougars, because the Black Panther is not a leopard. The leopards are from Africa, but again, the term Black Panther and where he got it from was strictly American. That was strictly American. Are y'all with me on this? Okay. Y'all with me on this? So Black Panther was inspired by an American organization, not by an African group. Right. And there is no such place as Wakanda in Africa. However, there is Wakandas in America. There is Wakandas in America. You see, as a Wakanda, I forget where's those Wakandas at in America? Fine, is Wakanda spelled with a W-O. So, and you listen to the word Wakanda, you see, that's not what African language is that from? What African language is that from? Notice Stan Lee didn't point to no specific place in Africa where this guy T'Challa was from. Yeah, Wakanda, Illinois. Thank you. Wakanda, Illinois. Now, he didn't point to no specific place in Africa where Wakanda is at, because it wasn't supposed to be in Africa. It was supposed to be in like South or Central America. Okay. So why did they Africanize this? Because obviously, in places like in South America, Central America, it's full of black indigenous American people. You got so-called black indigenous American people there. So, and you got jungles in South America and Central America. So Black Panther was really supposed to be taking place there, not in Africa. That's why he didn't give no specific place in Africa for this imaginary place called Wakanda. Okay. Again, Black Panther is an American inspired story. Now, why did they give it an African inspired why did they give it an African inspired origin? Answer: because at that time certain people was trying to push this false narrative that Black Americans are Africans. They was trying to push that heavy, and I'm gonna just say it like this with coded language. It was Stan Lee's people, the small hats. They were the ones pushing this Pan-African bullshit. So he had to get on code as a fellow small hat and make Wakanda an African thing. But it was nothing about the Black Panther that was African at all. Nothing. You even look at the Black Panther, how he got the fucking cape on and the jewelry and the shit. That's some American nigga shit. Some cape on and some jewelry around his neck and all that other stuff. That's some straight up pimped out Chicago shit. You see? So, they wanted to, they were pushing this whole Pan-African thing at the time. And like I said, they were trying to Africanize our people back in the 60s. And you had a whole lot of sellouts, a whole lot of boule black sellouts that was pushing that program, that African program on our people. Maya Angelou, right? Ozzie Davis, Ruby D, Malcolm X. He was one of the people that started pushing toward that direction because they were heavily influential on him. And a lot of them guys who was in this Black Panther who became start taking on these African names. What's the guy's name? Stokely Carmichael, who later became Kwame Ture. These guys was all taking on that Pan-African, that quasi Pan-African, nonsense. And then they came with the Kwanzaa bullshit. Now about that 68, 69, they came with the Kwanzaa bullshit. And you had this guy, Jomo Kenyatta, right? Who was I think this dude was some kind of felon or something allegedly. And, I'm gonna just say he all of a sudden got on some Black Power shit all of a sudden, because again, these people behind the scenes was pushing. They really wanted to push us from being American Negroes, because the American Negro is the American Indian. And they were real heavy in trying to push us out of that position and get us to be more Africanized. So it was Stan Lee's people that was pushing that shit, that whole Pan-African bullshit. That's why, if you notice, a lot of those Pan-Africans, they got married to Caucasian Jewish people. They got married to white Jewish people. They got married to the Caucasian. Like a lot of these so-called black cis stars, the red, black, and green African sisters, they had white Jewish husbands. You see, a lot of these black Pan-Africanist males had white Jewish women. Like what's the guy's name from Amiri Baraka? Amiri Baraka, who was former name was Leroy Jones. He had a white Jewish wife. A lot of these guys had Jewish counterparts, and they was heavy into all that Pan-African stuff. You see, that's the true origin of that shit. Okay. So they was trying to push all that nonsense on our people. Like I said, and it was no different with Roots. Like I said, then come the 70s come rolling around. Then they was really trying to push the African BS on our people. You see? Then they was really trying to push the African BS on our people. And now, as it continues, right, you had, again, this was an ongoing effort. This was an ongoing effort to keep pushing Pan-Africanism on our people, to get our people to Africanize themselves. This was an ongoing effort by the white people. You see, there was an ongoing thing with them. They wasn't going to stop till they got us all fully Africanized. And like I said, our people fell for it. Unfortunately, a lot of our people fell for this and believed in this whole African nonsense, the African transatlantic slave trade and all this other nonsense. A lot of our people fell for this, like they fall for it still today. This whole, we from Africa nonsense. So now when they come around with Black Panther, fast forward, now it's all, you know, the Africa, Wakanda, all this other nonsense. And now ask yourself a question. If the Black Panther is supposed to be African, now I just proved to you that the Black Panthers are not indigenous to Africa, they're indigenous to America. The name Black Panther came from the Black Panther Party. That came from the Black Panther Party. All right. Just like Stan Lee got the idea for the X-Men from the Nation of Islam. You know that? The Nation of Islam is where the X-Men come from, because who else was calling themselves X-Men and was using the X in their name at that time? The Nation of Islam. Remember, Stan Lee created all of these characters like the X-Men, Black Panthers in the 60s, because the Muslims were heavy in the 60s, man. They was real heavy with Malcolm X and all them in the 60s, and Stan Lee was taken from all of that. Professor X was Elijah Muhammad. Professor X was Elijah Muhammad. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was Professor X, and the X-Men were the people he led. That was from Elijah Muhammad, the Nation of Islam. Okay? Nobody says nothing about these. Are all inspired by actual people, so-called black people who were prominent at the time. And Stan Lee, all he did was just take from that. That's all. I think he did Luke Cage too, as well. But my point being is that fast forward to now, what's the name of this kid? This kid that's about to play Black Panther. He's an African, and now they got him in cornrows, trying to black Americanize him up. What is the name of this kid? I think his last name is Johnson or something like that. I'm like, what is he doing with a name Johnson from Africa? What is the name of this new guy? Look up the name of this new guy. Look up the name of this new guy that's going to be playing the Black Panther. Look up this guy. Look up the name of this guy. And did y'all check out my the Supreme American I did the other day, while I was talking about the sororities, the black sororities, and nothing but watered down gangs? Go back and listen to that. That was real raw and uncut. Yeah, David Johnson. This guy is an African. Where did he get the name David Johnson from? He's an African. Okay, where he get the name David Johnson from? That probably not even his real name. And then they got cornrows in his hair. So what they trying to show you is they're trying to use these Africans to replace us, man. Because listen, why didn't they? If that was the case, if T'Challa, that sounds like some Nick T'Challa. If T'Challa, that sound like some shit niggas was calling themselves, around. He heard somebody say that. So if T'Challa, the Black Panther, was African, why they didn't get African to play him in the first place? They had African actors back then when they started the franchise. Why they didn't get an African actor to play him? Why did they get an Black American actor? What's his name? Who passed away? Chadwick Boseman. Why did they get Chadwick Boseman to play the Black Panther? Why didn't they get an African to play the Black Panther? Why did they get Chadwick Boseman? Answer: because Black Americans, Black indigenous Americans, we put asses in seats at the movie theaters. People go to see us. Don't nobody really go see no Africans. Nobody see them nothing. They got to come over here into America and get work and by cosplaying our people. They can't get no work in the UK, and there's no real African movie industry over there like that. There's no real African. We the ones that put asses in seats, and we the ones that spend money on movies. That's why they wanted to use a so-called Black American to play a quote-unquote so-called African. But then as soon as the franchise is built up, what they do? They go and get a African to play the part. Because see, they could pay him whatever they want to pay him, number one. And number two, like I said, it's all about cosplaying and taking our place. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. And notice, remember I said that the Black Panther was supposed to be set in like South America with indigenous Black people. Notice in the last Black Panther, which I didn't bother to listen to see that bullshit, they trying to bring the Latinos in as the Mayans and as the Aztec. They trying to bring them in and while reinforcing that we African. See, all that's nothing but some psyop bullshit, man. Why would you bring these Latinos in there and try to push them into being the Mayans and the Aztec? They're not the Mayans and the Aztecs. They're not. They're not the Mayans and the Aztecs. We are the Mayans and the Aztec, because that's probably what it was originally supposed to be. A thing about Mayans and Aztec and whatnot, Black indigenous Mayans and Aztec. Black Panther was supposed to be that. You could tell that it's more of a, if you look at it, you could tell it's more of a Mesoamerican story than it is an African story. Black Panther is more of a Black Mesoamerican story than it is an African story. You see? So they wanted to, like I said, Africanize the person, because that's all a part of hiding who we are as indigenous Americans. Because we're not only indigenous to North America, we're indigenous to South America, Central America, all the Americas. We're indigenous to all the Americas. So the goal was to hide who we are as indigenous Americans. That was the goal all along. You see, that's why they're getting these Africans to come in here and cosplay us. That's exactly why they're doing that. And they need Black indigenous Americans. They need Black indigenous Americans, so-called Black indigenous Americans, to jumpstart they damn they keep their movie business going. That's why they cast this is why they cast what's his name again, Chadwick Boseman. This is why they cast Chadwick Boseman. This is why they cast Wesley Snipes in Blade, which put Marvel back on the map, because Marvel fell the fuck off. Marvel fell off after they made that movie Howard the Duck. That was it for Marvel. Blade put Marvel back on the map. You see, Blade put Marvel back on the map, and that gave them the money to make the Avengers and all these other movies that came after that. But now they starting to lag, and nobody really want to see no white superheroes no more, to be honest with you. That's why that Superman movie flopped, and that Supergirl movie flopped too. You don't hear them saying shit about that. That shit flopped big time. That shit, don't nobody want to see no white people running around, no white tee people running around with capes and tight underwear on no more. They want to see bronze people doing action shit. They want to see bronze people, so-called Black people. That's who they want to see. Because again, people go to see us. People don't go to see the Africans. People don't go to see the white tee people like that no more. They come to see us. You know, and let me show you how you know that. Right now, a movie is going to come out called The Thomas Crown Affair. Now, The Thomas Crown Affair is basically like a low version of James Bond type of stuff. And the original actor in The Thomas Crown Affair was a Caucasian actor by the name of Steve McQueen. That came out in like the 60s, right? That came out in the 60s. And he's, of course, passed away. But now they got Michael B. Jordan playing Thomas Crown in The Thomas Crown Affair. They got Michael B. Jordan. Now, why wouldn't they go get a white actor? Why wouldn't they go get a Caucasian white tee actor to play Thomas Crown? You know why? Because a lot of these white tee movies, a lot of these white tee action movies are going in the garbage. They're getting dumped. Nobody's seeing that shit. Nobody wants to see no white tee action superhero stars. Nobody wants to see that. That's why, in order to jumpstart the Thomas Crown Affair, because they need content. They need content. You see? They need content now, so they're gonna go and tap Black American people to be the characters. That's why. So they'll let Michael B. Jordan, they'll let him play Thomas Crown, right? And this is off of the heels of Sinners, which did very well. Sinners that did very well, and then now you got the Thomas Crown Affair, which is also directed by what's the guy's name that directed what's the guy, the director's name? What is that guy's name? Who Ryan Coogler. He's directing the Thomas Crown Affair. They always use Black indigenous Americans to jumpstart their projects. These white tee racists, they always use us to jumpstart their shit, like how they use us to jumpstart some of their networks, like UPN, like the WB. They jumpstarted those networks, and Fox. They used us to jumpstart their networks, and then as soon as their advertising dollars came in, they started canceling our shows and putting all these white shows on. You see, they do that shit. They do that shit on purpose, because again, if it wasn't for Blade, When Wesley Snipes came out with Blade, that put Marvel back on the map again. And that's how they were able to get money, have money to do the Avengers and all these other things, Iron Man and all this other stuff that came afterwards. You see, and it just seemed like it's the same pattern, because why wouldn't you get a Black American actor to play the Black Panther? Because it was inspired by Black indigenous Americans in South and Central America. It was not inspired by no Africans at all. At all. You see? Yeah, they doing that right now with Tubi. Yep. They use us to get attention to their projects. Then after they get that, they get the money. Then all of a sudden they start cutting your shit. That's why we need our own networks, man. This is exactly why. That's exactly why we need our own networks. Right? I'm not interested in seeing Black Panther. I'm not interested in seeing it. No, thank you. Because the guy that got playing it, like I said, they could have got an indigenous American actor to play that. They could have got an indigenous Black American actor to play that. You see? I could have respected it if Coleman Domingo, even though he is sodomite, I could have respected him playing the Black Panther, or get somebody, because I'm pretty sure they got Black South American actors. That's who should be playing the Black Panther. You see, or a North American Black actor, an indigenous Black American, whether he be from North America or South America, that's who should be playing the Black Panther, not no African. Not some African who trying to cosplay a Black American, because this kid had the damn cornrows in his hair and stuff like that. And I'm like, why are people sitting up here trying to cosplay our stuff? You see, it's bad enough. Stan Lee, he didn't shout out to give a shout to the Black Panther Party from where he got Black Panther from, because the Africans, they wasn't calling themselves no Black Panther, nothing. That's from us. So if the inception of the idea was based on an American group, then why the hell is it set in Africa? Why is it set in Africa? Answer: because Stan Lee people wanted to Africanize our people, and they still do. They still want us to be good, shut up, and be African Americans. You know, when Jesse Jackass came with the African American thing, he was doing it at the behest of these people. He was doing that at the behest of these people. You know, the people who were financing him. The people who wanted him to go out here and tell his people, we Africans, we African Americans. You see, that was from them people who used Jesse Jackson, because he was nothing but a fucking tool, man. His son got a podcast on YouTube, talked about his father and all this, like he was some honorable person. Jesse Jackson was a piece of shit, man. He was a piece of shit. Just like Al Sharpton is a piece of shit. All these people are pieces of shit, man. All these sellout Boule Sambo, these niggas are pieces of turds, man. They turds from the toilet, man. And all they do is work against our people, man. All they do is they don't do nothing for our people. They ain't nothing but a bunch of fucking grifters, man. Raw and uncut. Yeah, Tubi is owned by Fox. I'm pretty sure they're gonna find some way to extract some Black talent and make money off our people while lowballing them. Because again, niggas are content. Niggas are good content, man. People be watching us, man. Nobody listen, man. Nobody care about network TV no more. Nobody watch that network TV shit no more. Network TV is played out. People are going to YouTube. They're going to Netflix, and nobody's watching whitey people shit no more. That Michael Jackson movie, $1 billion. That man been dead for over what, 10 to 15 years now, and his biography was able to bring in $1 billion. You see, they losing their mind over that. That's how popular Michael Jackson still is. He was able to garner $1 billion in revenue from that movie about his life. Not him himself, but you know, I hope his family got a good chunk of that money. You see. Yeah, Jesse Jackson's a Cherokee, man. He Cherokee. But like I said, because he got down with them people and he took that oath and did what he had to do, you know, he had to dance to their tune and become an African American and lead his people down to damn lies. Lied to his people. You see, Jesse Jackson, man, like I said, him being gone is no damn loss. Just like Dick Gregory, all the mother sellout ass niggas from the last millennium, man. All the mother sellout ass niggas, man. Anyway, do y'all know about, I'm going to keep saying this, the August 9th webinar. I'm not seeing people picking up tickets fast enough. I'm seeing all these people in here that's listening. Do you know about the August 9th webinar? Do y'all know, has anybody had any problems getting their tickets for August 9th on the webinar? Because I keep saying, people say, yeah, we coming to the webinar. I want to make this a big class. And I'm like, all right, you people listen to me all the time, right? You people listen to me all the time. And I'm like, we doing something, a real webinar where, it's a paid event, but it's going to be worth the event. I really want to fill this up. I want a real class, and I want to teach class every 2 weeks. I want to teach class every 2 weeks. I want to have a real raw and uncut class because, again, I can't really have no class on here. So did everybody go to the Buck Manhattan link tree, go inside of the bio, and hit the link, the Mentellect webinar link, and get your tickets for the August 9th Mentellect webinar conference? We're going to be discussing the closing of the third eye and the opening of the fourth eye and the true origins of the human race. I'm going to be breaking down all of that and answering questions. Did anybody go in there and get their tickets? Did everybody go in there and get those tickets? That's a real question. Did everybody go in there and get their tickets? Because I want to see if we got a bunch of people in here who only want to listen to something for free, but when we got something that's really about, going there and supporting the message where we don't have to be on these platforms and we're going to have serious conversations, we'll see how serious people are. Because, see, people put their money where their mouth is when they're serious. But when people only want something for free, they're going to give you some bullshit. So, again, August 9th. How many people got their tickets? How many people got their tickets for the August 9th webinar event? How many people got their tickets? Are you able to access those of you in here who haven't gotten your tickets, are you able to access the link? Are you able to access the link down below for the Mentellect webinar August 9th? Let's fill this class up. Let's do it. Let's go. Are y'all able to access the link? I'm asking y'all out there who has their tickets. Who has purchased their tickets for the Mentellect webinar taking place August 9th? Going once, going twice, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time. Who has purchased their tickets for the Mentellect webinar August 9th? Taking place on Zoom. Those of you who came out to the first one, I know those people are coming back to that. Nobody saying nothing? Or you just want me to keep talking about the Black Panther? I already, for the most part, I already said what I had to say about the Black Panther. It's an American-inspired story about South America, the jungles of South America, not Africa. It's about the jungles of South America because you got indigenous Black Americans in the jungles of South America. That's what it was originally supposed to be about. You see? That's what it was originally. When they talk about people being in the jungles and whatnot, they're talking about South and Central America. They ain't talking about no fucking Africa, man. They ain't talking about no damn Africa. They're talking about the jungles of South and Central America. You see? Somebody said Detroit seems to be the Black Hollywood. I guess. But we didn't it was a time we made our own movies, our own film, and we pretty much kept to the mindset of who we was as bronze people. Again, we was talking about coming from South and Central America. You see, we was talking about coming from South and Central America. Yeah, the actual panther is native to America. Exactly. So why are they making the Black Panther like it's an African thing? Yeah, why are they doing that? The Black Panther is native to America. Okay? So everything about the Black Panther is supposed to be American. And again, it was meant to, like I said, because they see that the indigenous American thing is catching on with our people. And because they see that the indigenous American thing the knowledge of who we are as indigenous Americans catching on. They trying to like basically detour that, because Black Panther is being used as a tool to detour that. Because while we sit up here talking, yeah, Wakanda forever and Wakanda this and Wakanda that, and we sit up here trying to cheer, and next thing you know, they'll think, oh, okay, so now you guys will get back on the African train again, right? Y'all African Americans, right? Because, you know, Black Panther's African. That's what they're using that for. They trying to goad us into being, they trying to goad us into being Africans again. They trying to goad us into that. Okay? Just like the mask for Batman. The Batman mask was an indigenous American mask. They had a Batman mask, ancient indigenous Americans, the Mayans, the Aztec, and all of them. So again, they trying to, use our culture. They're trying to use our image to promote Africanism. That's all. They're trying to use our culture image to promote Africanism. You see, trying to get us to embrace Africanism. That's what they're doing with that. That's what that's about. Okay. So let's not drink the Kool-Aid. Let's not drink the Pan-African Kool-Aid. Okay. And try to, put the Africans in a place. Because like I said, I'm not supporting the movie. I'm not. We shouldn't support anything that don't have Black American actors in it. I'm saying if it's a Black American project, then we should try. Because let me explain what that does. When we say that we'll accept Africans in movies that's depicting our people, because again, Black Panther is not an African project. It was not inspired by Africans. Okay. When we accept that, we're basically saying that we'll accept anybody cosplaying us, whether it be on music, whether it be on movies, on food. Like right now, they got a Native American, a brother just shot it to me. They got a Native American soul food place. Now the so-called Native Americans are opening up soul food places. I had opened up a soul. What the fuck is Native American soul food? What is Native American soul food? They opened up a Native American soul food place. Now all of a sudden, Native Americans made soul food. You see how everybody tries to take hold of our the things that our people contributed, our culture. You see? Can you imagine some Native American soul food? Because I told you the Native Americans don't have no food. They don't have no culture. They don't have no real dancing and nothing like that. No real music. So they got to take hold of our food and our music, because they was trying to tell some lie that Native Americans influenced jazz and blues music. Get the fuck out of here. They did not. That's a lie. That's anything to erase our indigenous Black American heritage. Anything. Africanize it. Put African on it. Let it label it Native American. And for all you sellout ass niggas out here that's sitting up here joining these Native American tribes, Mike TV, that's going around joining these Native American tribes so you can get a check from the fucking government, so you can get up here, because that kind of go against your message, Mike TV. You sitting up here saying Black people, Black Americans are indigenous Americans, but then you turn around and say, oh well, if you won't get your Native American card and you ain't a registered Native American, then and the white man don't say you a Native American, then you ain't indigenous to America. Get out of here with that shit. You lost me with that, man. I stopped watching your channel when you said that. You started calling us Black people. All these Black people think they indigenous. Nigga, you the one that said we was indigenous. Now all of a sudden, because you trying to sell your damn what's that, your DNA, whatever, your ancestry kit. You want niggas to buy your ancestry kit so they can go through you and be told that they are indigenous to America. You want niggas to buy your ancestry kit. But so we ain't gonna be American Indians until we buy your ancestry kit, or until the white man tell us that we American. Get the fuck out of here. No, we don't want no goddamn consultation. Consultation for what? What do we need? Do we need another nigga to tell us we indigenous to America? We already know that. What are you gonna consult us on? Because he turns around and say, "Oh, these Black people." I remember he did. That's what I mean. Stop watching him. Oh, these Black people up here thinking they indigenous and whatnot, and they not federally recognized by the government. What? He actually said that shit. That's what I turned off from him when he said that. He turned off when he said I turned off when I heard him say that. Because his whole thing is to get black people to come to his channel by telling us that we indigenous to America. Then for him to turn around and tell us that if we ain't federally recognized, and then some Native American tribe like him with some damn mongoloid sitting up here telling us that being the tribal leader, you know, he sat up here and talked about the Siberians and all that, and a Siberian native is the head of his tribe. Not a so-called black American Indian, a Siberian Mongoloid. Right. This is who you taking seriously. I stopped listening to him. Consultation packages for what? What the hell? What is there to consult about? What is there to consult about? Listen, man. Once we know we indigenous, what the fuck is there else to talk about? We know we indigenous. Do we need what do you need consult? I'm not trying to mess up his money. If y'all want to buy some consultation from him, do that. But I was done with dude when he said that shit about us being we got to be federally recognized by the government to be American Indian. Get the fuck out of here. All you gotta do is check. How about stop just checking African American and black? And because they already starting to put it on the thing, Native Black Americans, they starting to put that on there. They put American Indian. Whenever I fill out something, I check American Indian. I don't put no black or no African American. Hell no. I put an American Indian, what I am. American Indian. That's how you stop that shit. That's how you start identifying with yourself, not by going and asking them, will y'all recognize me? You know, the same people that went into putting all their energy into hiding your culture, you're gonna ask them to validate that. Nah, man, that's some real slave shit. It's like you got to go to Massa to ask them, could you be indigenous to America? No, thank you. No, thank you. We don't need no motherfucking consultation package. We already know we Indian. After that, what is that? What else is there to talk about? What else is there to talk about? All that tribal shit, we don't even need to be talking on tribal nonsense no more. We just need to be coming together for what we are, which is first indigenous Americans of America, first American. That's it. We don't need no tribes. We don't need no council, no package, and none of that shit. For what? For what? And if you don't, he gonna tell you, you ain't really American indigenous. You black. What's a black person? African? We got to get recognized by the government first so we can get a check. Fuck them checks. Fuck them checks. We ain't got that again. That's some real slave shit. If you got to get up here and ask the same government, the same foreign government that denied you being indigenous people, that changed and reclassified you, can you be Indian? Nah, man. Nah. Negative. So listen, who has gone over to? Because I'm not saying, man. Listen, I'm straight up with it. I want to fill up my class, man. I want a good class for these people that come over here. Y'all can come over to the Mentellect webinar. Who has gotten their tickets for the Mentellect webinar? Who is interested in the Mentellect webinar? Well, I'm answering questions. I'm not just talking at you. We get to talk and have a dialogue and whatnot. That's going to be a 3-hour class. I'm not doing any of that stuff on Supreme American. I'm not doing it on any of my other social media outlets. I'm not doing anything from the webinar. This is all going to be all next level intel. I'm not doing anything from there. So who has gotten their tickets? Because I noticed my section go quiet. I got so much to say. And then when I ask, well, who's coming to the webinar? Y'all want this webinar? What's up? I see the same people in here and whatnot. Who's coming to the webinar? I'm trying to build up this class. This is not class to me. This is just me talking to y'all. This is not class. I said I'm really done talking right now because I already said what I had to say, and I'm going to get ready for my nightly class. But who's coming to the webinar on the 9th? The tickets is $24. Tickets $24. Tickets is $24. Go to the link down below. You'll see it. ROA Mentellect webinar. Go to the link down below. I've been saying this. The tickets are $24. Okay, that's going to be a 3-hour class. I'm going to be breaking down the closing of the third eye and the opening of the fourth eye. I'm going to be breaking down our connection, our soul connection to America, where our soul connection lies in America. Do we actually have spirit? All that stuff, and the origins of the human race. More than what I done gave before on that. So that's going to be $24. It's going to be August 9th. Go to my Buck Manhattan link tree. Go to the Buck Manhattan link tree. You'll see the link down below. Just hit the link down below. It'll take you over to Eventbrite, and you'll see August 9th. Go purchase your tickets. Is anybody, can you go over there and get that? Can y'all see that? Can y'all support that and whatnot and bring people, because we need to grow our class, man. Again, I'm not doing this so much for the money, because time is money, man. Me doing this is you know, it's money, man, because I could be working on my my release of my unlimited epics characters, which I'm about to put on the animated series I'm about to put on YouTube. I'm about to put on an animated series on YouTube, man. So my time is valuable. If I'm going to teach class and actually have a real foundation of indigenous people, bronze indigenous people, then like I said, we got to do these classes. I can't travel to these places and teach class, and I'm not doing stuff for free no more. The tickets is $24. Who has their ticket? Who has the ticket? Do y'all see the link down below? Do y'all see the link down below? Do y'all see the link down below? In the section, it's just say right there, ROA Mentellect webinar, purchase tickets today. It's right there in the link. Y'all see that? Okay, hit the link. Go get your ticket. Let's put your money where your mouth is. You want to really hear me teach? Because this ain't shit. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. This ain't shit. What I did tonight, that was okay, but that ain't shit. What I'm gonna do on August 9th, that's gonna be the shit. What I'm doing right here, I'm just talking to y'all. I'm just promoting shit. I'm not scared of Black Panther. Fuck the Black Panther. I don't care about that. Because again, they just using it as a tool to Africanize us while making billions of dollars off of some intellectual property that they own. They just using us to make money and whatnot and promote that bullshit. All right, you see the link? How many other people got their tickets? Let me see a show of hands. How many other people getting tickets for this? For the Mentellect webinar, so I can be myself, so I can talk my talk and really teach my people. Because I am the master teacher in this day and time. Yes, I am. I am the master teacher in this day and time. In 2026. Yes, there is a such thing as a master teacher. One who gives knowledge that extends the minds of the people, real knowledge. So I'm going to share real knowledge, not on here, not on Patreon, not on it. Patreon is my nightly cast. This is different. How many people getting their tickets? How many people getting their tickets? Y'all want to go and buy a consultation from Mike TV for him to tell you that you American Indian? That's what you want to pay for? I ain't knocking this hustle. That's what he hustle. But again, okay, after we know we American Indian, what the fuck else we need to talk about? What is there to talk about? What is there to consult me on? What is there to consult me on? You actually going to learn something in my class. You're going to actually learn something through our exchange. Like I just showed y'all that the Black Panther, and that's not nothing deep about that. I just showed you that the Black Panther is really an American, it's an American story. That's not an African story. That's an American story. That was inspired by American group. That was inspired by an American cat. That was inspired by an American man. All right. How many people getting these tickets? Let's go. Let's get these tickets. Let's go. Let's get these classes up. Let's get these classes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the class up. Let's go. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the class up. Because see, that's the thing with our people. And again, that's one thing. People, you know, when we do something like this, because keep in mind, I'm only doing the webinar because I can't travel to places no more, and I can't get on these social media outlets without risking my page getting taken and really teach. I can't really teach the way I want to teach. I would like to teach and have an interactive class, like how I used to do the old Mentellect classes. That's what I want. So who you see the link? Did you get your ticket? Darius, Lavon, did y'all get y'all tickets for the Mentellect webinar? Y'all are the constant people here. Did you get your tickets for that? Because I want to see who's serious, who just want to show up when it don't cost shit, but then when it costs something and you're really going to get something out. Because again, you get what you pay for in this life. You get what you pay for. You only going to get but so much for free. I'm only going to give but this much for free. I don't do things for free because I'm a straight up capitalist. At least I can say that. I'm a straight up capitalist. I'm a realist and I'm a capitalist. I got bills to pay, man. Straight up. Just like we all do. I am providing a service and extending the minds of my people. I don't do this for free. This right here, this is about free as it's going to get. But if we got people who only want to hear something for free because it don't cost you nothing, that's the mindset of a black person. And I would hope I'm not teaching no black people nothing. I would hope I'm not conversing with black people. You see, I don't want to converse with black people because black people, all black people want to do is try to get over and get something for free, or they want to, be disrespectful, like how I had to deal with today in the damn TikTok today. You see what I go through to try and teach the people who really need this, because I said this before, I'm gonna say it again. Our people are going through a mental famine. You see? Our people are going through a mental famine right now, man. And why I say our people are going through a mental famine is because there's no real knowledge out here for our people. We don't have enough metaphysical BS. We don't have enough spiritual BS. We don't have enough religious BS. We don't have enough dogma. We don't definitely have enough Pan-African BS. We don't have enough of the white T man's pseudo scientific bullshit where he making up stuff and lying. You see, we had enough of that, man. So how many people got their tickets for the webinar? I want to teach my people. This is the next day, man. I'm here. This is what I call the next homeschool. The new and the next homeschool right here, where you can sit at home on your computers and ask me anything, raw and uncut. Like how we did. We had a good time at the first webinar we did. It was a test run. We had a lot of people in there. They're going to be returning. You see, so we want to make the class bigger. I want at least I will it to be at least 50 people, 50 new people in the class, man. Around 50 new people. Because people will sit in here and spend money for gossip and shit like that. And I listen to gossip too. I listen to that nonsense, but it's nonsense at the end of the day. Y'all should want something that extends your mind, because too many of our people are simple-minded. You got people sitting up here arguing about us being African Americans still. Can you believe that shit? You still got people up here arguing about us being African Americans. They really doing this shit. That show you how messed up our people are, man. There's no such thing as an African American. There's no such thing as a black person. That's all some made up bullshit, made up nonsense. And you got people arguing in the name of that. You see? You got people arguing in the name of that. Everybody should, like I said, everybody should be going and joining up with these coming into the webinars and stuff like that. Going to the webinar and having a real class, because again, once our minds get going and we having a class, we having dialogue every 2 weeks. Like I said, it's things I want to talk about that I'm not going to talk about on social media on these platforms. I'm just not going to do it. I got enough, social media safe information to share with y'all. Got plenty of that, but it's things that I'm just not willing to do on these platform. So for the people who can afford the ticket, the people that can afford $24, because that's a bad state. If you can't pull $20, that's not a good state. Again, it is what it is. Go to my Buck Manhattan link tree. Go to the Buck Manhattan link tree. Go to the Mentellect webinar. Right, go to the Mentellect webinar, click on bio, and you'll see the tickets right there. Hit that link down below. The link is right there. You should see ROA and Mentellect webinar, purchase your ticket. Go right there. So you ain't got to do no work. Just go click the link. All right, let's get this class up and going. But that's it. I got to start getting ready for my next class. Again, I'm always teaching, man. Always teaching. So I'm going to close this out. Go to my Mentellect Patreon and become a patron, even though, like I said, I'm not teaching none of this stuff on the Mentellect Patreon. That's different stuff. Go to the Mentellect Patreon and become a patron, only $15 a month. Go to the link down below, ROA Mentellect webinars, and purchase your tickets for the August 9th webinar, only $24. Right? I'm going to do 3 hours, and I'm going to open up for questions. Because I like to kick back and have a good time with people who are really serious and sincere about learning something and extending your minds. That's what this is really all about. You know why I charge? I charge because I want to, because again, people are serious when they'll spend money. People show you that they serious. I like to only teach serious people. I only like to teach serious people. I don't like to teach bullshit people. I don't like people who are always looking for something for free. Again, I pay for everything. I got no problem with that because like I said, I'm a businessman and we all should be business people. We all should respect each other's time, our efforts, and what we do to take care of ourselves. And we should definitely support that. That's why I charge. Same thing in our community. We charge because, again, people show you that they're serious when they spend their money on something because money's a serious thing. We got bills to pay. I get that. I get it. So, again, hit the link down below. Let's get this class going. Bring a friend in and whatnot. Bring in people. Let's do it. I want a strong class. I'm willing a strong class to come. All right. So, go to my Buck Manhattan channel, subscribe to the Buck Manhattan channel, subscribe to this channel, give us a thumbs up on this. I'm going to be on TikTok again tomorrow promoting because I want a strong class. That's the only reason I'm going on these social media sites. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm going on these social media sites because I'm promoting the webinar. Okay, that's what I'm going on there. Man, listen, again, this is just promotion. I'm honest. I really want a strong class. I do. Not for the money, but for the seriousness, because that's where you grow people from. Those of you who bear witness to who we are as First Americans of America, go to our ROA worldwide site, ROA worldwide, ROA worldwide.com, and register to become a First American, a registered First American in the Republic of America. We got our own American names. My name is Benjamin Manhattan, but everybody refer to me as Buck. You know, Benjamin, you can pronounce it, but it's Benjamin, really. Benjamin Manhattan. But, everybody refers to me now as Buck. That's my good name. That's my good name. I don't like, like how you got your good clothes. You don't wear your good clothes every day. Well, I don't like people say my good name every day. So I just say, just call me Buck, man. Because that's, it's a nickname for my wives. And I just like how it sounds with the Manhattan because that's my everyday name. That's my rough and tumble name. Because you got to be rough and tumble out here in the world to be able to teach how I teach. I do this straight up guerrilla style of teaching. Urban guerrilla style. Not with a G-O, but a G-U. Like urban guerrilla style. I'm raw and uncut, man. And Buck fits that energy. Like I said, my wives hung that nickname on me. So, because I don't like to wear my good name. I don't want people saying my good name. It's too good for common people to say my good name. That's my special name, my real name. But Buck is my nickname. So, go to Unlimited Epics. Go to the American Indigenous channel. Subscribe. That's all on YouTube. Don't cost you nothing. All right. Go to all of these things and whatnot. And I'm sorry to hear about your problems, Levon. I'm sorry to hear about your issue. You said you just recovered from surgery. I'm sorry to hear about that. Get well soon. Maybe next time. But all of you, we're going to have an awesome class. I'm only doing this. I'm only talking about this topic one time. I'm not going to be talking about it after this. And then I'm not sharing it no place. Because people, I want people to take it seriously. All right? Where we going with this? Closing of the third eye and the opening of the fourth eye and the true origins of the human race, of which we're not a part of. And that's it. Thank you all for listening. I'm getting ready for my cast for tonight. Catch me on TikTok and all these other places and whatnot. And I'm Mr. Buck Manhattan, and close out in Lord I'm not trusting, Lord I'm not thanking in this message. Good night. Tired. My eyes, I'm more tired. Always say business.
Rhythm is life, rhythm is heart, rhythm beats within our thoughts and parts. Listen to the journey of life as I speak to you. 28 rhythms of soul as we begin this journey. 28, a spiritual journey of self, a manifestation of life's divine purpose, an infinity production of harmony. 28 is where the great resonate love, where angels speak their message through 28 souls on record. 28 guidance, positivity. Give life and journey through our melody. Close your eyes, awaken the dream, self-belief, value and integrity. Open your eyes.